Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about how I made my own budget planner or budget workbook for less than $5. I actually spent only about $3 to make this, but assuming you don't already have a 3-ring binder, those cost a couple of dollars, you could probably make one for about $5. So I already had this 3-ring binder in my house. I just repurposed it. It's just a regular 3-ring binder. It's 1 inch in diameter, but you could of course use any size you want. You can make a much bigger one if you want to. And you can get these at any office supply store, Walmart, Target, whatever you want. The other thing that I paid money for was these tabbed dividers. I got 2 packages of them. They were about 86 cents per pack. And so I spent about $1.62 getting these tabbed dividers. They come with these labels. I just haven't put them in yet. And then the third thing I paid money for was this monthly budgeting worksheet. I've shown this before. I got this from Sincerely Roxy Designs, and I really love it. I think she intended it to be used electronically, like on a tablet through GoodNotes or something, but I found that it works really well if you just print it out as a PDF. However, if you don't want to buy her budget worksheet, there is a similar budget worksheet on thebudgetmom.com that is a free printable. The only reason I didn't like that one was because there weren't as many lines in the bills section, and I have a lot of bills, so I needed to have more lines available to use. But everything else in this workbook is from thebudgetmom.com. She has a free resource page where she has all these free printables you can use. So if you cannot afford her workbook, which her workbook is amazing, I think it is worth every penny that she charges for it. I just simply can't afford it right now. And maybe some of you guys can't either. So this is a nice alternative. I also laminated one of the budget worksheet pages. I don't know, I thought maybe I would enjoy being able to work on it and erase it, but so far I haven't used it at all. It's just there, but that's definitely a little bonus item you don't need. So this is a worksheet on thebudgetmom.com to go over your why. If you've read her book, My Money, My Way, you know that she says it's very important to know your why, for why you're budgeting, why you're paying off debt, why you want to save money, why you want to do all of those things, because that'll help you stick with it, you know, when the going gets rough. So I haven't filled this out yet, but I have been thinking about it a lot. So I will be filling it out soon. Then she's also got some quick start guides on her website, the free resource page. And this is the main quick start guide. It just goes over like how to start a budget and how to start using cash envelopes. So this has several pages to it. This goes over cash envelopes, savings goals, attacking debt, creating a budget roadmap, and tweaking and perfecting it all. So that's a nice little instructional booklet. In my next section here, I have those budget worksheets. These are the ones that I filled out so far. So I used this one on my last cash stuffing video, which was the second paycheck I cash stuffed. And then I used this one on my first cash stuffing video, which was the first paycheck I ever cash stuffed. Then I've got sort of a review sheet to go through at the end of the month, talking about like your goals and whether or not you met them, what worked, what didn't work. It's called feedback, not failure. So it's just to help you improve, to get better. I haven't filled it out yet. I probably should. I definitely know what worked and what didn't work and where I still need to improve. In the next section, I have my own version of expense trackers. I didn't write down my expense trackers because I'd already started doing these in Excel before I found the Budget Mom. So I've just kind of kept that going so that it all matches. But like this one, I went ahead and printed a bunch of blank spaces so I can fill it in by hand. But the older ones like August and stuff, they're all filled in on the computer. And instead of having my categories down the side, my categories are at the top. Sorry, you can't see that. So I've got like gas, Walmart, other grocery, dining out, entertainment, miscellaneous, and then I have what the miscellaneous was for. So that's how I track what I'm spending and try to bring the numbers down. Then I've got, so this is a yearly spending overview. I have not filled this out yet, but this is where I can condense each month's spending trackers into one page. So I can put each category here, and then I can compare month by month how much I've spent in that category, so I can see whether or not I'm spending less, spending more, staying the same, so I can try and improve. In the next section, I've got my sinking funds worksheet. This thing is worth its weight in gold. I love this worksheet. This is like when you have no idea how to start with sinking funds, this is such a big help. So you just fill this out. You write each of your sinking funds, the goal amount that you want to have in there, the due date or the date you'd like to have that fund fully stuffed. Then you can fill out the number of months that are left until that due date. Then you fill out how much you've already saved. That gives you your amount left to save. And then you take this amount and divide it by the number of months you have left. And that'll tell you how much you need to put every month into that sinking fund to get it fully funded on time. And for me, I can just divide this number by 2, and that'll tell me exactly how much I need to stuff per paycheck. So this is what I've been using as my guideline for how much to stuff each paycheck, and I've been kind of adjusting it as I go. And then of course, some of these funds don't really have goals, or at least don't have due dates, like clothing, beauty. So those are the ones that I stuff when I can, and I stuff what I can. But if I can't stuff them, no biggie. They don't have like a guideline to stuff like some of these other ones do. Okay, so in the next section, I have these nice little debt payoff trackers. So they're kind of like savings trackers, but they're for paying off debt. So this one is specifically for credit cards, and I can't wait to color this in because I am actually almost done with this. If you saw my debt confession video, you know that I got a consolidation loan and paid off all my credit cards except for one. I have one credit card left. It has a $540 balance on it. So, and I'm hoping to have that one paid off by the end of the month. So I will be able to color this whole thing in pretty much by October. So that's exciting. But the next one is definitely going to take me a lot longer to color in. This one's just a general debt tracker. I'm going to use this one to track my 2 loans, the 401k loan and the personal loan, both of those loans. So I will be using this to track paying those off. So it'll take quite some time to pay that off and color this in. And then this one is specifically for car. So this one I will use to track paying off my car. So this one will definitely take a long time to fill out, but I'm very excited to just like have a goal to have something to color in. And then this is my debt picture worksheet. I'm not going to show you the filled out one. Watch my debt confession video if you want to see my debt. But this is a blank version of the overall debt picture worksheet that you can fill out. Gives you your debt priority, the debt name, starting balance, interest rate, minimum payment, and then a place you can check mark whenever you pay it off. And it has instructions at the top and bottom on how to fill it out, how to do the snowball method or the avalanche method, whichever one you choose. In my next section, I have, debt snowball tracker. And I printed 2 sheets of this off because this should be enough to cover all my loans and various debts. So I can track, like actually watch the balance come down each month. So this is just another way to track your debt. I just want to stay motivated. So filling all these things out is exciting to me. I just haven't filled them out just yet. I just put this binder together like 2 days ago. So I'm still working on it. Next is a net worth statement. So this one, you fill out all of your assets. So like a house, a car, like whatever you own, checking account, savings account, retirement account, anything you have, you put the value there. And then on liabilities, you take out all your debts. So your mortgage, your car loan, any credit cards you have, any kind of loans, all your debts you list here. You subtract these two numbers from one another, and that'll give you your total net worth. I'm assuming mine is in the negative numbers right now, but we'll see. It won't always be in the negative numbers, at least I try to tell myself that. Another way to track this is also in this section. It's called the yearly balance review. And it's a worksheet where you fill out like your savings balance, your debt balance, your retirement balance, and then from that you get your net worth and you can chart it. So I don't know if I'll fill this one out, but I did go ahead and print it. In the next section, I have a vacation budget worksheet. So she has a ton of different budget worksheets on her website that are free printable. She has one for like weddings, one for back to school. I think there might have been one on there for a new baby. Don't quote me on that. I don't remember. But there were just all sorts of different life events that you could do individual budget worksheets for. The only one that really applied to me was the vacation worksheet because I do have a trip coming up in October. So I want to try and use this to budget my trip. And then I'll probably print a few more of these to use on any other trips I take in the future. My next section is actually blank. I don't have anything in this section yet, but I'm sure I'll find something to put in here eventually. And then in the back here is just more blank paycheck worksheets. So these are not filled out yet, but I have plenty to, probably more than a year's worth here to fill out and do. And that's it. That is my budget workbook that I put together for less than $5. All you need is access to a printer, assuming your printer ink is not astronomical, or maybe you can print stuff at work, which is kind of what I did. And then you might want a hole puncher, which I also have a hole puncher at work. So I pretty much put this together on my lunch break over the course of like a week and a half. And then I used a binder I already had in my house. So that is something you can do if you're not quite at the point where you can afford to drop $50 to $60 on a budget workbook, which I'm definitely not at that point. I would love to. I think the Budget Moms workbook is phenomenal and I'd love to buy it. I've also seen some other like budget planners on Amazon and stuff for $20 to $30, but I don't like them as much. And I'm not going to buy them just because they're cheaper. So for me, this works good for now. I can probably use this for the next year or so while I save up money to maybe get the actual workbook. So let me know what you think. Is this something that you could use that would work for you? Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you would use this. Bye, guys.